Good morning, Crable Minute High School. Today is Thursday, April 4th, and my name is Jose.
And I'm Wyatt. We trust that everyone had an excellent break this past weekend, and we all had a great opportunity to take off a couple days and celebrate Easter. We're now back and ready for the home stretch of the last 40 days of school.
Last week we showed you a picture of a jar of jelly beans, and you had to come up with your best guesses as to how many jelly beans were in the jar. The answer to this question is 1,623. We know that it was pretty difficult to get an answer without being able to inspect the whole jar, but Mrs. Steffen's class was the closest with their guess of 953.
Jelly beans were thought to be first have been created about 150 years ago in the city of Boston, but they didn't become an Easter tradition until about 70 years ago after that. Americans eat about 16 billion jelly beans at Easter. If you were to line up this many jelly beans, it would go around the world 3 times. Also, the most liked flavor in a jelly bean is cherry.
The most popular non-chocolate Easter candy is the Marshmallow Pea, with over 700 million being eaten by Americans each year. Also, 90 million chocolate Easter bunnies are produced each year, with the biggest one ever being 34 feet tall and over 6,500 pounds.
March is officially over, which means that we finished our school-wide March Book Madness, with Henry's Freedom Box proving to be the most popular. In the middle school, we also finished up our March Madness competitions over lunch and recess time.
We also won our paper airplane and flashcard competitions, and Prentice was the best at not smashing a raw egg on his head. Judah also proved to be the best at Mario Kart. The March Madness College Tournament is still going on, with the final games being played this Saturday and Monday.
Also, on the sports topic, the volleyball club was able to meet for the first time yesterday, and we continue to meet on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Shout out to Mrs. Melhorn and Mrs. Pyle for making that possible. And now it's time for this week's episode of Crable Expedition. Let's take a look.
Hello there, Crable students. I'm Russell, and your man behind the camera today is Hunter. Say hello, Hunter.
Hi there.
All right. We have Walker. We also have Carson. Last minute decision. They're pretty good.
There's Walker
Go
over
on,
there.
Anyway.
There's
All right,
Carson.
they're going to be competing today.
All right, so first thing goal is going to be Walker.
We're going to go 3.
We're going to go 3. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, unlucky. Now it is Walker's turn at the bat, or the kick, or the foot, or, you know. All right, 3, 2, 1. Save by Carson. Oh, what a save! There's Walker. Won't be champion, won't be the loser. Oh, and a nutmeg! How does that feel? Not very good. 3, 2, 1. Oh, unlucky! And swiftness by Carson. Game point for Carson Dombach. Carson is feeling all the tension right now. Just look at him. Spin move by Hunter. Oh, and that's game for Walker, and we have our winner.
Okay, well, good job to our contenders this week. I must say, I really enjoyed watching that competition.
Oh yeah? Why's that?
I don't know, I just got a real kick out of it. That's a real knee slapper.
Well, as some of you know, there will be a solar eclipse this coming Monday. This is when the moon passes in between the Earth and the Sun, blocking out the sunlight for a little bit of time.
Where we're at in Lancaster, the moon won't get directly in front of the sun, so we'll have what we call a partial solar eclipse. This actually means that it will be more dangerous to look up at the sky during the eclipse because it can damage your eyes. This is why you need to be wearing some form of eye protection if you plan to look up at the sun at that time.
The picture you're seeing shows the path where people will be able to see the total eclipse. That path is marked out in orange. We are marked on the map with a little yellow dot, so you can see how only part of the sun will be blocked where we're at.
The last eclipse in the United States was 7 years ago. The next one in the US will be in 9 years, but that will only be in Alaska. The next one that will be similar to this one will be in 21 years.
For this week's trivia question, we want to know how long the total solar eclipse will last. This means the total amount of time that the moon will be directly in front of the sun, causing it to be dark like nighttime.
This time actually varies depending on where you are on the map. So the answers will technically be how long the solar eclipse will last in Erie, Pennsylvania, which is the closest place to us that the full eclipse will be visible.
Give us your best guess, and we'll be back next week to tell you who was the closest. Until then, we hope you have a superb day.
Bye.